probably sleep with 100, 200 men. But when you get to them, let's say she's out of that phase and she doesn't want to do that anymore. She wants to get married. It's a different moment. Why would that be wrong?
Promiscuity within feminism is the reason why the nuclear family has been tarnished, and the degradation of the nuclear family destroys the society. So it's a domino effect. That is not good.
I understand. It seems narrow-minded and mean. Like, I don't care what anyone does, and it's like really horrible. I'm not going to put a sign up here and call them a slut. My two daughters, I don't like to call them hoes. You called it hoes. I call it having a good time.
What I'm saying now, with the deregulation of dating and where we are now, the reason this is bad is because women take their prime years in their 20s to basically be sluts.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
How are you?
Hey, what's up?
You are. What does that mean?
Yo, Myron is such a crazy dude, bro. Myron's such a crazy dude. All right, let's see.
Bring back slut shaming. What does that mean?
It means we need to have social conventions in place to dissuade women from being promiscuous.
What's wrong with women being promiscuous?
Well, there's a lot of things that are wrong with it.
Can you tell me a few?
Yeah, sure. I mean, well, what it basically leads to is the destruction of the family unit, right? It leads women to not being happy. It leads women to down a road that isn't necessarily productive to their, long-term fulfillment in life. Because a lot of girls, we can take like women that work in sex work, for example, right?
Whoa. Sex work is different than promiscuous. Someone wanting to get fucked is not the same thing as someone who sells their body. So I have to disagree with you on that point.
I mean, what difference does it really make?
Actually, that's the definition. A woman that's a sex worker is literally the definition of being promiscuous. Her job,
a lot of women that do that are doing it for money. They're doing it for money. They don't care.
So you think if it's for money, it changes it?
Yeah, I do. I think if a woman likes to have sex, that she should be allowed to do it. But if a woman sells her body, that's a totally different topic. Apples and oranges for me. It's a totally different thing.
They're I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'll say this shit kind of the same.
Pretty much the same because it has the same effect.
But that's just our opinion.
Yeah, I mean, that's a distinction without a difference.
That's my opinion.
Right? Like whether they're a paid sex worker or doing it for free is still problematic on both ends. Right? I don't think that that's conducive to a better and thriving society to have women be basically selling their bodies. And the problem here, right, the real big problem is we all know that prostitution is the oldest profession in the world. But the problem now is we
people that drive loud cars like that are really insecure. They want attention. But I still disagree.
We incentivize and monetize promiscuity in women, and now we have this OnlyFans culture where not only are young people want to be influencers, but young women think
like, I'm not gonna sit here and say like all promiscuity or whatever is bad, but just like male promiscuity, like you gotta keep that shit in check. You know, you just can't be out here just fucking everything, man or woman. You feel me? Like, keep that shit under control.
Like, oh, I don't need to go to school. I don't need to do this. I can go ahead and just sell feet pictures on the side or be a sugar baby.
But that's a small percentage of women. Most women aren't selling themselves, and you're still creating a smokescreen. A woman who likes to have sex is not the same as someone who's selling themselves.
Everyone sells themselves in some form or way, right? Like, some people do it more than others, yeah, but I don't think it's something that we should demonize women for. You get me? Like, is it good? No. But I'm not gonna punch you in the face because you want to sell some pee.
Just again, a small percentage
I
of the population.
I would argue that if you take sugar dating, selling feet pictures, monetizing on Instagram to a degree, and having your profile up with a Cash App in it, most attractive women, modern women, to some degree, has done some kind of sex work, whether it's overtly or covertly.
Where do you get that stat? That most attractive.
Well, you're never going to find a study like that because the study
so
people that run these studies.
No, it's not true.
Here's the thing: you're not going to get studies on everything, right? Sometimes
you brought up a study and it's not true.
I didn't bring up a study at all.
Yeah, you did. You said most women that are attractive are on OnlyFans and stuff like that.
Yes,
okay, where's the evidence to back that up?
No. Here's the thing: you're not going to get a study on something like that because that would be considered unethical.
Why would you bring it up then?
Because I'm telling you, right?
Yeah.
After me talking to well over 3,500 to almost 4,000 women, meeting women from all the different parts of the world.
I didn't hear him, sorry. 3,500 to 1,000 women?
It's 36?
And what percentage of the American women in the population? 125, 150 million? So you don't even have 1/10 of 1%.
No.
That you're calling slut shaming.
My point before you, come in and, simp for the girls.
I'm sorry, what? I did not hear you. Wait, when I come in, what for the girls?
Yeah, simping for the girls. If I can go ahead and finish my point.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, he probably doesn't even know what simping means for real.
Interrupted me several times. Actually, you know what? Give your position and I'll respond to you. How about that?
What's that?
Go ahead and give your position and I'll respond to that.
Okay, so you say that the modern marriage is falling apart?
Yes.
And you think it's because of promiscuity?
It's a component.
Well, okay, let's look at the other side. What about marriage is boring? Okay.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Get the fuck. Marriage is boring? Oh, so it's the guy's fault. The marriage is boring. Like, that was a crazy take.
Wow. What about people as they get older, they're less attractive, they get sick of their mate, and they want to do something exciting. Their mate gets fat, or they don't take care of their hygiene, or they just become a boring shithead. Then what? Should you stay with them and be miserable if they won't change? That's one thing. Another thing is, too, what difference does it make?
Nigga, so, okay, just better make sure I just stay entertaining and hip and young and forever, because as soon as I get a little boring, she's going to leave, because that's how fucking fragile y'all are. Like, bro, what are we talking about? Like, are we not supposed to stay together until death? This is the shit I be talking about. And niggas wonder why people are going overseas.
If a woman sleeps with 100, 200 men, but when you get to them, let's say she's out of that phase and she doesn't want to do that anymore, she wants to get married, it's a different moment. Like, you're in a different moment. Why would that be wrong? I mean, if someone told you can't, not you, but a male, that you can't sleep around because society thinks it's wrong, would you say, oh yeah, sure, let me just quit because you think so? That's not right.
Okay,
and this is, I think, just to get like a rise out of people. I don't think, do you really believe that?
Yeah.
You're really saying that?
Yeah.
That's kind of cruel, don't you think?
It's the reality. I mean,
no, it's your reality. It's not mine. You know.
Okay.
It's like
So,
most
all right,
men,
let's.
most men feel that way. You think it's okay to call women sluts if they want to sleep around, and you have the guts to answer, or you just want to be quiet? That's what I thought.
No,
Okay.
so it's
I say I'm not dealing with no girl that does that shit, but you know, if y'all want to do it, you can. But this is not the route I'm gonna take.
interesting because what you're
What's wrong
doing
with
right
a man
now,
being a slut?
right? What you're doing right now, right? Is precisely what I'm critical of. You are reinforcing bad female behavior.
Why is that bad female behavior? They get up in the morning, right? And they want to have sex.
Let's
and
address some of the points
just
that
sit
you
in the
made
bed
before.
and just
Let's address some of the points you made before.
Mr. Right comes along.
So first you made a claim, because you made a couple different claims. I kind of want to go one by one here. So
Okay.
the first you said they're bored in the relationship. Who are we talking about?
Yeah, that was crazy. That was a crazy take. I'm curious to see how he's gonna break this down.
50% of American women who get divorced, they're bored in their relationship.
Okay.
They're sick of the same guy every day, the same stupid stores, the same fuck.
Okay.
They're sick of them. They want to move on.
So do you think it's
Okay, and that's okay? Like, what the fuck? No, that's the problem.
justified to end the relationship because you're bored or end a marriage?
No, I think what you
on a
do is
marriage?
give your mate an opportunity, and you tell them, "Listen, I'm not happy with you. You're boring. You don't cut the hairs out of your nose. We just sit around doing the same stupid shit every day. Let's do something different." And the mate won't change. Then yeah, you have the right to leave them. Or if you're not turned on by them anymore, let's say you're just sick of them. Why shouldn't you be able to move on if you give them an opportunity to change and they won't change?
He's probably like a older, rich, white guy that just like flexes for like young girls for real. That's the vibe I'm getting. I'm getting he's like, oh, I'll just switch her out if she's not acting right. Like, you feel me? Which is cool for a guy. But I feel like he's trying to apply that same logic to the girls that he's talking to, and it's just not the same.
Okay, so you're putting the blame on the men for why the women leaving.
No. I'm putting the blame on both. It's a two-way street. The divorce is 50%.
It actually
See, yeah, it seems like he's trying to apply his logic to women. Yeah,
is. Women initiate about 80% of the divorces.
It's actually 67%.
No, it's no, it's
not.
between 70
I'm a
and
paralegal. I work in that department.
Well, you're not a lawyer. Literally, it's literally between 70 to 80% of divorces are
Where'd you get
initiated
those stats?
by women. Bro, there's literally statistics on divorces.
I know, and I've read them. I'm asking
and
you.
even if we use your number of 67%, it's still the majority that women that end the relationships. Men typically don't end relationships or marriages.
I agree with you. The majority of divorces are because of women, because they're sick of it.
And then the other thing too, your justification for ending it being boredom, I don't think that's enough.
Yeah,
I don't think that's
not.
a worthy reason to back out on the agreement you guys made before God. So
people back out of agreements all the time.
Yeah,
You were just talking about nations and doing things. Okay, people change their mind all the time.
Marriage is supposed to be a religious bond between two people becoming one.
that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, agreements break all the time, so I can just break my covenant with God, and I can just break my lifelong commitment with this person because it's just an agreement. What the fuck?
Like, especially within Christianity, they don't accept divorce. So again,
But Jesus said it was okay to divorce.
I think
Jesus said in the Bible it's okay to divorce.
The thing I'm trying to tell you is, being bored is not a justification for women to break marriages and disrupt families, because we live in a society that reinforces bad female behavior, where we tell women you should be happy no matter what. Fuck your obligations and your duty with marriage. And the thing is that women want to get married, but they don't want to be wives. That's the problem.
No,
and,
half do.
And we've
Half do
removed,
want to be wives and half don't.
We've removed all the institutions that used to keep women in place and keep them modest. Because now, kind of like you're doing now, we encourage women to be hoes. And I
I'm
think
not
that's a
encouraging
problem.
anyone to do anything. What I'm saying is, if a woman wants to have sex with a lot of guys,
Yes,
she has that right to do it. And if a girl doesn't want to, she values the
And we
relationship
should not-
more,
and
she should be able to do
And
it.
my point is, we should not be doing that.
Why not? Who's
should
getting
not be
hurt?
doing that.
So what's the damage?
No, we should not be doing that.
Why are women getting divorced? Because their wives are promiscuous? No, they're getting
Feminism-
divorced because they're sick of each other.
Promiscuity within feminism is the reason why the nuclear family has been tarnished, and the degradation of the nuclear family destroys the society. So it's a domino effect. Like for you look at it, because here's the problem. You're looking at it.
Okay, yeah, I think I see what's going on here. It's what is right is different for everyone, right? So how do I explain this? It's not necessarily a bad thing for a girl to be like you feel me, run around dudes or whatever. It becomes bad when people find out about it, you know, especially guys. When people start seeing it and they understand that that's a part of your personality, that's when it becomes bad, because there's a negative connotation to it by society. So it's not inherently bad. It's you see how this looks. Like Chris Hansen said, you see how this looks. So just, if you are a female and that's the route you want to go, like, you gotta make sure you keep that shit under wraps. You feel me? Can't nobody find out. Because if they do, this shit, it might be cooked.
From a very revolution with the birth control pill, no fault divorce, etc.
But that did a lot of good. The 60s, the revolution did a lot of good. People opened their mind. People got out of that 50s mentality. People were having a good, enjoying life. Then they went, it's like the pendulum swings. Pendulum swings both ways.
I disagree with that because, like I said before, women nowadays don't have much to show for it. Why is it that despite the fact that they've made more money, more rights than ever before, more privilege, why are they still depressed? Why are they still sad? Why are women taking anti-anxiety medication? That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Despite the fact that they have the most liberty ever, depression rates have went up. Using self-medication to, drown out the pain has went up. So
more so, like, for men. More men are depressed than women. More men commit suicide than women.
Yes, but
another insecure little bitch.
Yes.
Yeah, what does that have to do anything? And he's talking about the people driving their cars fast past them. I'm like, guy, calm down, bro.
Go ahead.
Yes, but the point I'm trying to make here is that women get more prescription drugs to help with their sadness, right? And
that's right. Okay, you know why that is? Because women have the guts, if they need help, to go get it. A man will ride in the street, he's too tough to go take some medicine. They will not get therapy. A woman will get therapy before a man and a medicine before men. Yeah, how many guys try to tough shit out?
That's cool. That's not my point that they're getting the therapy. I'm analyzing why they get the therapy. And again, despite the fact that they have all the benefits of equality and they're still able to double dip and get the benefits of being a woman, they're still reporting lower levels of life satisfaction.
Did you say double dip to get the advantages of being a woman?
Yes.
Did you know that 57% of all doctors now are women? Women are skyrocketing in AI and the intelligence agencies. Who says they're not happy?
You gotta listen to me, man.
I am listening.
Yeah. His points are just all over the place and they're not attacking the direct argument. Like,
when I say double dip, what I mean by that is, on one end, they can pursue a career and behave like a man. Fine. But on the other hand, they can say, you know what? I elect to leave the workforce and I want to be a stay-at-home mom. They have the choice to do either or.
No, there's a third option. Work and take care of the kids and still be happy.
Fantastic. So they have three options, which what I'm trying to explain here is despite having all these options, they're still using medication. They're still having higher levels of life dissatisfaction. So that's my point, is that despite the progression socially, they're still reporting high levels of dissatisfaction.
Right, but you do know that 20% of women have been children, right?
And I guess
so maybe there's another reason besides divorce or promiscuity.
You're thinking
20%? Fuck, is that true? I hope that's not true. That's a high ass number.
Them being bored is a justification. That's fine. I disagree with that.
I'm just saying, it seems narrow-minded and mean. Like, I don't care what anyone does unless it's like really horrible. I'm not going to put a sign up here and call him a slut.
Okay. And then you also mentioned something about the hoe phase for women, right?
No, the sign is crazy. If y'all don't know, he be putting signs up in the street. He be like, "Oh, women are sluts. Change my mind." Like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga, bro?
I didn't say anything about hoe phase. I said if they're going through a phase where they like to sleep around.
Why is it wrong?
You called it a hoe phase. I did not call it a hoe phase.
Well, you said if they go through a phase.
I said if they're going through a phase, they want to sleep around. What's wrong with that? If they change when and they want a relationship.
That's defined as a hoe phase.
Not to me. It means having a good time and enjoy life. You call it a hoe. I call it having a good time. Just like men.
Okay.
It is a hoe phase, but like I was telling y'all, bro, like, if you a girl and you going through that, you better take that shit to the grave. You feel me? Like, you cannot let these niggas find out. Otherwise, it's gonna ruin your whole reputation.
It's a two-way street. The man fucks the woman, right?
Yeah.
So men, why aren't the men? If you call a man a slut, that's okay.
That's fine. For intensive purposes, so people understand, you're okay with women having a hoe phase. Fine.
No, I'm okay with women sleeping with who they want, as long as no one's getting hurt, no one's getting a disease, they're not getting paid for it. It's okay for me. I don't care.
Progressives refuse to use the English language directly. That's fine.
As long as they're not getting paid for it, you better wake up, buddy.
What's that?
You don't like the term, that's fine. I'm going to call it a hoe phase because that's what it is.
I have two daughters. I don't like to call them hoes. Yeah.
Look, man, if we're going to have a conversation, we don't have to be on some moral, virtue signaling stuff. You don't want to use that term, that's fine.
My opinion.
I'm going to just fast forward just a little bit.
You still have two daughters. It's not virtue signaling.
And has a lot of different sexual partners. What ends up happening is they get this mindset of the grass is greener on the other side. And the more men that they've slept with and the more men they are with, what ends up happening is they have a bigger body of work to compare the man that they're with against. That is not good. Because
wait, if they have a bigger body to compare against and they choose the guy, he must be better than all the guys they fucked. So he's on top of the hill.
Well, that would see. Here's the thing. That's assuming women are logically sound. They're not. See,
no, women are more logical than men. Who starts most of the fights? Who shoots most of the people? Who stabs?
I'm not gonna lie. That was a good point. That was a good point about an old guy. Let's go back.
So women are more logical than men.
Well, that would see. Here's the thing.
Who's the guy? He must be better than all the guys they fucked. So he's on top of the hill.
Well,
okay, yeah. If she mess with hella dudes and she still pick you, she probably fuck with you. You probably that chick.
I would see. Here's the thing. That's assuming women are logically sound. They're not. See,
women are more logical than men. Who starts most of the fights? Who shoots most of the people? Who stabs and reacts? It's fucking men,
This nigga just say men are more emotionally unstable than women. Gang, I am not gonna lie. I say this all the fucking time. Like, in my life, out of everyone that I know, the people who come in and fuck shit up and don't give a fuck is always women. Deadass. And I'm around so many different types of people, bro. I'm telling you, bro, like, ain't no nigga put no type of fear in me compared to like some of these women, bro. I'm not gonna lie, like, they be goddamn throwing shit, they be breaking shit, threatening, nonstop calls. I'm like, damn, man, like, you would have thought you was the plug, and I ran off.
Who makes the best? Who caught Osama bin Laden? A woman. Okay, women are way smarter than men when it comes to logic. Don't be ridiculous. Men are better scientists, but women are smarter when it comes to logic.
Okay, that's not true, but that's fine, regardless, because you're coming at it from a perspective like,
Yeah, it's not true. That's not true.
They should be logically sound. They've had 100 partners. If they find a nice guy, they should pick the nice guy because this nice guy's better than these 100 guys. But
Wait, why can't they pick an asshole? They don't have to pick a nice guy. They can pick a dick.
Here's the thing. Yeah, you're assuming women are rationally sound, logically sound creatures.
Yes.
The problem is they're not.
Yes.
Let me explain what I mean by this. There's a reason why the phrase "nice guys finish last" is a thing. The reason why is because a girl will have a guy that does everything that he's supposed to do. Nice guy, works, treats her like a princess, pedestalizes her, whatever. What does she do?
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck. Just run all over them. I'm trying to tell y'all, like, y'all gotta cut that shit. Like, I'm not saying be hard on the huz, but you feel me? Just stop really giving a fuck. You feel me?
You said earlier, she gets bored. Well, we know that women are far more likely to get bored in relationships than men. And they're more likely to end a relationship than a man. So the problem is...
In a marriage.
Relationships and marriages, regardless,
Oh, okay.
right? So, and women are far more likely to get bored in a relationship. So my argument is, when she has a bigger
Because they're
body
less
of work,
logical. I say they're more logical. And they
They're
have more
not.
guts.
They're
They'll
less.
say, hey, fuck you,
They're
I'm sick of you, I'm moving on.
they're less.
Again, it's an opinion. You know, it's an opinion. You have your opinion, I have mine, okay?
Yeah,
If
but I don't know. When I talk about logic, I don't know, bro. Like, I know a lot of very logical, smart females, but I don't know. Overall, I don't know if I could give it to the girls, man.
you're bored, let's say you were married and you're sick of your wife, and everything you do to get her to change, she just won't do. You're just gonna stay there and be miserable. You're gonna find another woman.
In general, most men would keep their wife.
I'm asking you what you would do if you were sick
What
of
I
your
would do,
wife.
what I would do is irrelevant. I'm speaking in general here. Most men would stay.
Sorry, I just want to speak on this real quick. If my wife wasn't changing, shit. I mean, I wouldn't just leave, bro, but I would literally try everything possible to get her to, like, kind of see how she can improve or whatever.
There's a reason why, another famous phrase, it's cheaper to keep her. Most guys are not going to go ahead and file a divorce on their wife unless she's doing something horrible. It's the women that initiate.
I know that you are correct on
Going
that,
back,
yes.
going back to the whole body of work thing. Look, like, I'll give you an example, right? If I had sex with 100 girls, right, and I find one girl that's awesome, and I compare that one girl that's awesome to the body of work of the 100 girls that I've had sex with, that makes me better as a man because now I realize, oh, this girl's good. She knows what she's doing. She's not a 304. She serves me. She submits to me. She obeys me. Fine.
Oh, well,
I will
the man's
value.
gonna base you.
Okay,
So when
don't
you come
don't
home,
get
she
tripped
puts
up
the
on a
red
word.
carpet out and blows
Yes,
trumpets,
yes,
makes you
yes,
meals,
and feeds
sits
me
around
grapes.
being miserable.
And feeds me grapes. Yes.
Okay.
So I am.
Nah, Myron is funny as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't agree with a lot of shit he says, but he's hilarious. Very
able to
entertaining.
appreciate that. But on the other hand, with women, when they have 100 partners, they get the nice guy that comes in and kind of saves them at the end. They're going to be bored with that guy because all these men that they hooked up with that were the Chads and the Alphas and the good-looking guys or whatever that gave them that excitement, they're not getting that anymore.
How do
right?
you know? You say that all women marry dorks that can't fuck them well and can't take them on vacations and change the way they have their attitude? That's ridiculous to assume that every guy that gets married is a nice guy. And if men are doing that, they're
what I'm trying to explain,
They need to have a pair of balls.
what I'm trying to explain is when men have a body of work with their sexuality, we are able to better discern a good partner for us because as men, we're the ones that come with the skin in the game. For women, however,
Women don't
they
have skin in the game? What
Not
if
as
you
much
meet a
as us.
millionaire woman who's a doctor and
Not-
she has plenty of money?
Men have
and
to-
you're not you, but one's a loser. He's a fucking.
Nigga, that shit, I'm sorry. I don't believe in that. If you could find me a woman who will date somebody, who will date a man that makes less than a quarter of what she makes, I swear to God, on everything I love, I will jump off. I will crash my car. If somebody could send me that today, I will go outside and crash my whip, bro. There's no way, bro. There's no way.
And he
So
marries
that
her.
millionaire woman you just mentioned, she's still going to want a guy that makes about 67% more than her.
No, she doesn't. I know a lot of women have money and don't give a fuck. The ones
If
with
we
money.
can't even agree on biological facts that women want a guy who's better than them in every regards, and her social status has nothing to do with what the guy has. If anything, it's going to increase her standards. We
Yeah.
can't even agree on that.
Some women
then
do want men
staggering
with
majority.
money. Some women
Staggering
do.
majority.
But what I was saying is,
If a
what
girl
about the
makes
woman who
$100,000
has
a
money?
year, the guy's got to make significantly more than she does.
I'm saying, what if a woman has money? She doesn't always want someone who has a higher status than her.
I call bullshit. I'm not gonna lie, it's bullshit. I call bullshit. There's no way, bro. there's just no way, guys. Am I like? This is self-explanatory. That's why I don't understand why he's still trying to like argue this point. Gang, if you make less money than her, she's gonna leave.
She may want someone who's on the same level, higher or lower. There's a whole bunch of different options, not just one.
Well, again, that assumes that they're being logically sound and rational. Women get turned on by different things. They put men in different roles. Okay.
Right, yeah.
So again, my argument from what I said before is when they have their body of work, okay, and they can have this grass is greener on the other side mentality, well, they're going to be more apt to leave their guy. And we have the numbers to show this. Women that marry as virgins are far more likely to stay within their marriage. Women with more body count.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. Marry as a virgin, gang. That's not. Yeah, that doesn't exist.
Yes.
You know what she's really thinking? I wish I'd fucked all these other guys, and now I'm alone and miserable. There's this fuck brain, and I want someone else.
And to be honest, I wouldn't want to marry someone who's never done that before. Like, you don't even know what you're doing for real. I'm not saying like I want someone who's been ran through, but you know, about 2-3 of them, you know, it should be straight. It should be enough experience.
That shows that the lower a woman's sexual partner history, the higher the likelihood that marriage is going to last, because it comes back to the theory I just gave you, where less body of work means less comparisons, less grass is green on the other side mentality, and it kind of diffuses the problem that we have with social media. Another big problem is the internet and social media and our connectivity, because when women are able to talk to and speak to and get offers from higher status men, well, Tom, that's a good guy, right? That makes $50K per year. All of a sudden, he's not as attractive, and we know this because
I know plenty of women that fall in love and have their partner, and they don't say, "Oh, a guy coming along with money, I'm leaving you." I don't. Sometimes that happens because I think the woman married for the wrong reasons. She marries a guy that she's not happy with. She settles, like most people, and then finally she leaves when something better comes along. That is true that does happen.
Yeah, he just said that doesn't happen. Then he said it does happen. This guy is gonna piss me off.
I don't think that's the majority of women.
Well,
you just said it was a 50% divorce rate, so it'd be 50-50.
What I'm saying is that it's very simple. Women are more likely to end relationships. Women are more likely to get bored. Women are more likely to be able to find a replacement after the relationship. And on top of that, we have social media, the internet, dating apps. We have all these different things in play that afford women a multitude of options romantically. So what this has done is it's made average women have extraordinary reach, okay, and connectivity with higher status men. Women are hypergamous. If they can get a higher status guy and they have access to a higher status guy, they will go for the higher status guy and forego the nice guy that makes 30-50K per year who could be a good suitor. And this is what happens, where women will have all these options and they will think that they can do better. That's how it works.
Let me ask you, if you're going to go get married, are you going to pick an ugly, disgusting human being, or are you going to pick someone who you're attracted to? What's wrong? If you're going to pick someone unattractive, or are you going to pick someone that turns you on?
From the female or male perspective?
I said, if we're going to get married, we're going to get married. Would you pick someone who's unattractive and doesn't do it for you?
We're talking about women. My personal wants and needs in a partner is completely, that has nothing to do with the conversation at hand. I'm explaining to you how women may select in modern day society and why that is problematic.
No, I got you. What I'm saying is just because we have different ways of choosing people doesn't mean you choosing a woman because she's attractive is better than a woman choosing a man because he has money. And I'm saying that's probably the minimum. Maybe you see it around here, a lot of sugar babies, but in the real world elsewhere, I think at least half of the women will marry someone because they care about him, or they want to be with him, or they settle. I think it's something like that. And yes, you're right. There are
either they love them or they settle, one or the other. Well, I'm going to protect myself and not really wait to find out.
To marry men for their money. But that doesn't mean that because we have different ways of looking at things, the end game isn't the same. You marry someone who you're attracted to, you want to be happy to, whether it's the looks for men or money for women or whatever the choice is, or a mental connection, you know. You're going to pick someone you want to be with. And now people are living to be 70, 80, 90. That's a big commitment. You know?
Yeah, I think you're kind of oversimplifying the problem, and you're not really seeing my position on it, because like you're using the male lens of attraction when the male lens of attraction is significantly different than the female lens of attraction. So in other words,
I agree with you.
Yeah, so
100%.
I'm focusing on the women where their standards are too high.
Are you talking about heterosexual marriages?
No, I'm talking about women in general. Their standards are too high.
In general.
Their standards are too high. Traditional, conservative.
All right, let's fast forward a little bit.
Nuclear family lifestyle for a while, but now with the deregulation of dating, okay, and where we are now, and the immersion of technology, feminism, birth control, all these other social constructs, women now,
we beat that horse to death.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to say there's nothing wrong with that.
No. It's incredibly important to understand that all these factors have created the current environment where we have now, where women are more concerned with chasing a career, making money, having fun, as you would say, over pursuing a child and a family. The reason this is bad is because women take their prime years in their 20s to basically be sluts. And what ends up happening is...
What are you going to say that? I told you I have two daughters. Why would you call a girl a slut because she sleep around?
They take that time to be sluts, and that impacts their ability to find a long-term partner.
If you have a daughter one day and someone calls her a slut, she wants to sleep around, she doesn't follow daddy's advice, that's not going to bother you? If you have a daughter and she's fucked...
If he has a if Myron did have a daughter, like the internet would literally like press her, like you feel me? Like that shit would suck.
It's 100, 200 guys, and someone on the street like you is
All right, let's fast forward a little bit. We almost done with this video.
calling her slut. You're gonna say, oh, once, if you, like you said before, average women get average men, but they want to step up.
Okay, let me finish
That's
my
not-
point.
okay.
I am not disputing the fact that you can self-improve. I'm not disputing that. I'm telling you that if a man's the loser, he deals with consequences.
But how he deals with the consequences determines whether he stays a fucking loser or he becomes something worthwhile.
That's my point. He either chooses to step it up, right? He either steps it up and gets a partner, or he stays where he's at and stays an incel.
No, he can settle. He could go to Denny's or someplace and find someone just like him. You know, he
No,
could be a loser.
he won't. That's the precise.
No, that's
he
what
won't.
most people do.
He won't. He won't.
Most people settle.
He won't.
In that position. People that are losers, they give up and they settle. That's what most
This
people
is
in that position do.
now. Let's use your own analogy then.
I'm weak. Somebody in the comments said learn AI. I be trying to tell them they don't want to learn nothing. It's too hard. It's too hard. I
You
can't
said he
do
could go to
it.
Denny's and find a girl, right? He could go to Denny's and find a girl and say,
Go to Waffle House.
Okay,
You know? Yeah.
here's the difference.
All right, bro.
That
Come
girl that's
on.
at the Waffle House isn't going to go for him because that girl at the Waffle House has access to men that are millionaires via Instagram. She's
Most
not doing
men are
that.
going to Waffle House to look for women.
She's
you ever
not
gone to
doing
their
that.
Denny's? No, you're wrong. I'm sorry. I disagree with you. You're completely wrong.
Okay.
Everyone wants to step up in the world.
Yeah.
You know? And if you fail, you
again,
fail. You
It's
know?
because he doesn't know nothing about Instagram, social media. He don't know how this shit work. You're wasting your time. You're talking to a door.
I'll say it simply. If you're a man and you're a loser, you deal with consequences. If you're a woman and you're a loser, you don't deal with
Why
consequences.
not? Why can't a woman lose weight, get in shape? I've seen a lot of ugly women with awesome bodies, you know, and they have good-looking men.
No matter how ugly, fat, annoying a female is, she will still find a simp for her. Doesn't
She'll
work the other
still
way
find
around.
what?
A simp for her.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Every man's not a simp. And if you look in this city, there's a lot of guys that like chunky women, you know? Doesn't make them a simp. There you go. So, I mean,
That's literally proving his point, bro. If the guys are still going for the chunky women, that means the chunky women are still getting played, even though they don't gotta work on themselves. Feel me? If I was 400 pounds, if I was like this, hey guys, welcome to the stream, like I wouldn't get any hugs either.
just because you want a chunky woman,
I
that
mean,
make
you're
you a
talking on the
simp.
mic right now proves my point, which is the
No, it
issue
doesn't.
with everything.
If you're a desperate bitch and you suck up to a woman, you're a simp. But if you're a man and you're confident and you dress well and you do the
Okay.
best you can in life, you will probably excel much better.
Are you aware of the fact that an average-looking girl has more access to higher status men than a higher status man
No.
has to regular
Look
girls?
around in all these bars, the hottest women, okay? The average women are not with really good-looking guys and rich guys. They're just not. The guys here that are all successful, they're walking around with 9s, 8s, 10s. Just go look over the bars. Look at the hottest women and look at the guys they're with.
Okay.
What I'm telling you is that women. Yeah, the thing you're missing here is that average women have more sexual access than men do.
Because there's a lot of desperate guys who'll just fuck anything, correct? I agree.
Okay.
So-
okay.
And I think it's
And
very
good for them.
important.
Good for the women
Yeah,
that are
that's
average,
fine.
that someone's fucking them, so they're
fine.
not frustrated
But
anymore.
I need you to understand that the fact that they have all this access and all these options directly dictates how they deal with the opposite gender. I'll give you an example. If you had two girlfriends who were hot, who were always around.
If I had two girlfriends at once.
Yes, if you had two
Two
hot
women that I'm sleeping with or two girls that I care about?
whatever you want them to
That
do.
would not happen. I would want a steady relationship
That's
or a
fine.
peace, not
Okay.
both.
See,
you know?
yeah.
Let's assume you had.
Yeah. He's like, well, you know, two goth huzz would be kind of tough. Nah, bro.
At this, right? You are getting all your needs met with women or whatever. But you said, you know what? I want to go on a date with a girl. Yeah, I want to switch it up. Would you tolerate bad behavior from that girl?
What?
Would you tolerate bad behavior from this girl you go on a first date with?
Prior to me coming along or while I was
No,
with
you
her?
got your girl at home.
Yeah.
You get a hall pass for the day.
Yeah.
And you go out with this other girl. Would you tolerate bad behavior from that female?
You mean if we're just hooking up or if we're in a relationship?
Well, you're on the first date. She's being a bitch. Well, would you tolerate
She's
that?
being rude to me on the
Yes,
first date.
yes.
I'm going to say, listen, what are you being rude for? I'm going to call her out. So why are you being rude?
Okay.
You know? But
And-
she wouldn't be rude to me because I'm so colorful and wonderful.
Yeah, that's fine. The point I'm trying to make is
Okay. Oh yeah, talk your shit.
that you wouldn't tolerate it because you have a woman at home. Okay?
Oh, you mean if I was cheating on my girlfriend?
I just said you would have a
You
hall.
said if I have a woman at home, but I'm going out with a new girl, another insecure bitch.
I
getting noise
literally
at
said
this
you had a
bar,
hall pass.
He wants attention.
I literally said you have a hall pass in the
What's that?
I literally said you have a hall pass in the experiment in the.
Oh, this is an experiment. So I've got a girlfriend at home and I'm out cheating with someone else. She's being a bitch. And do I stay on the date? Is that what you're asking me?
Yes.
No, because I
You
wouldn't be
wouldn't.
cheating if she's my girlfriend. But if she's just a hookup, yes, I'd be with someone else.
So you would tolerate far less.
No, I wouldn't. If she was fucking being a bitch, I would leave the date. It's
All right, who's next in the line?
Okay, fine. Hey,
Who's next?
You're really sweet. I appreciate it.
What the?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not going nowhere. He tried though, but it's alright.